Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Blue Feather Stories. I'm your host, Blue Thunderbird Woman, also known as Carol. It has been quite some time since I've been here in the podcast world. And I have to say, I've missed you all very, very much. I missed it. When I put out my last podcast, I was actually recording my 11th podcast. I had recorded it. And when I was going to transfer the files from my recorder to my laptop in order to do the work, the file just got deleted. And I was in a panic, and it was a big story, and I was exhausted, and I just couldn't bring myself to re-recording it again. So I left it. And at the time, I had received a message saying, this should be fun. This isn't supposed to stress you out. You don't need to meet deadlines. Just leave it alone and let it rest. So I made the decision to do so. I let it rest, took the summer and part of the fall off, and what brings me here today is not something that I'm trying to share a particular story with you. It's just that there's so many intense energies in the earth field right now. I just received, and some of my other fellow light workers, we have received messages, and I'm here today to share those messages with you, the ones that I personally have received, because I believe it's needed right now. And so this podcast is really dedicated to serving humanity, serving Mother Earth, serving the Galactic Council, serving the elementals, serving the angels. I'm here to impart some information that hopefully will assist you in some way. Remember that when Spirit speaks, they often speak in images, they speak in, symbolism, and although I will communicate it in the way in which I understand it, you need to look at the symbolism and you need to interpret it for yourself. But I was asked to share this with as many light workers, healers as possible. So I'm sending this out here to humanity in order to share this message. So before I get into the message, I want to give you a little bit of background as to what I was up to on the weekend. And this past weekend, I had the most beautiful course that I participated in from my beautiful friend and mentor, Angelica Neilding. She runs a business called Simply Angelica, and she's really well known for light language. And I have to say that maybe one day I should get her on the podcast one day. That would be fun. But in any case, I spent the weekend really sort of diving deeper into light language. As you guys know, those who follow me on this podcast, I normally have some sort of light language at the end of the podcast I share with you. It's whatever's being transmitted at the time. And I really felt like I needed to get a deeper understanding of that. And so over the weekend, I received 4 activations. And one of the activations was with Gaia, ancient Earth. And when I received that activation, I literally felt the core of the earth move up through my root chakra and plummet me into the heart, and grounding me and anchoring me at the heart center. And since then, that was on Saturday and Sunday, and since then I have been having pain around the back heart center. So the heart chakra, but in the back of my body. Almost like my muscles have been ripped apart from the center. Now, I didn't do anything physical. This is not to do with a pulled muscle, but it feels that way. really does. It feels uncomfortable, it feels a little bit difficult to breathe. And and it just feels uncomfortable. So I know it's energetic. I know it's related to my course. I know it has to do with the activation I received. And I'm all good with that. And so that's what's been sort of really happening over the last couple of days physically. But knowing that it's connected to something way bigger. And then this morning I received a message from a good friend who also had received a strong message. And I'm not here to share her message. That's up for her to do. But she had some concerns. She wanted to know what I was feeling. And she also reached out to my good friend Purnima Chadhari from Ayurveda Revive, who also had some insight. So the three of us have gotten together and shared what's been happening with us energetically and what we're sort of feeling and what we're receiving and on and so forth. So I did 2 shamanic journeys today and talked a little bit about this in some of my previous podcasts, but when I do a journey, I usually journey to either the upper, the middle, or the lower world. And the message I received was that I needed to journey and speak to the Galactic Council. So I was told where to go. I went to the middle world, which is exactly looks like Earth. It's just across the veil. And I went to a place in my yard that's very sacred, where I used to have a women's sweat lodge. And I was told to sit in the hole where the grandfather stones would come in. So I sat and I waited. And the Galactic Council came in. There were 13 members. They don't show themselves as humans to me. They show themselves as beacons of light, pillars of light, if you will. And I came with them with a question asking, what do I need to know? What can I share with the world? What can we do to navigate these really tumultuous energies that we're receiving right now? And this is what I received. The Galactic Council gave me an image. They showed me a tsunami, and they showed me the coast of the earth. And the tsunami was coming towards the earth. And they said that this is coming. This wave, this tidal wave. And so please don't take this in the physical form. You need to take this as it's symbolic. I'm not saying that we're all coming with a tsunami here. We can never take messages from guides in the physical form. We need to look at what does that mean, this wave, this big wave of energy, this big wave coming at us like a tsunami. So it's like something big is coming. And they shared and they said that you have the tsunami and you have the earth, and there's this great divide. One is tumultuous and angry and violent, right? And the other one was peaceful and calm, the divide between the two. And we're feeling that right now on Earth, are we not? You know, there are us light workers that we feel more at peace and calm and sort of just breathing through everything. And then there are others who are in complete fear, complete chaos, and just, you know, stressed out. And I'm not judging either or. I'm just saying that's the big divide. And so the message from the Galactic Council was that this wall, the only way, the tsunami, the only way it could dissipate would be if the light workers, so I talk about the healers, light workers, the light warriors, you know, those of us that are in this healing sort of work that we do, the only way to dissipate and bring this tsunami into neutral is to create a wall. And so my thought was, a wall, okay. And then they showed me it was a transparent wall between the earth and the wave, the tsunami. Transparent wall filled with light. Bright white light. And the message was, gather the light workers, illuminate your hearts, beam that light forward. Right? That's a powerful message. We can illuminate our heart center. We have the power to bring light, for we are light. We're crystalline. We're made of water. And we have that power to do so. And we can bring that light forward if we bring our energies to our heart center. And so that was the message. Gather the light workers, illuminate your hearts, beam the light forward. And so then my next question to the guides were, well, how do we do this? Am I supposed to round up the troops and go? Because I know that I'm not the only one getting this message. And the message was, continue taking care of your physical body. Continue caring for your loved ones. Continue caring for each other. This love, this place coming from a love center will form the light wall. This is what will form that wall and will bring that tsunami to a calm state, a state of neutrality. And then they said to me, now you need to go journey and speak to ancient Earth. So that's what I did next. I thanked the guides. I came out of that journey, took some notes, and then I went into my second journey. This time the guide took me deep into the core of the earth. I saw all of the layers of the earth, the crust and the geode, that space of crystalline, and then into the core, that molten liquid rock. And it was really yellow in color, bright yellow like the sun, and hot. And then it slowly turned into red, and this beautiful spirit, this essence came out of the red fire, if you will. And she showed herself as this ancient grandmother, as this divine feminine. And she sat in front of me, and she held my hand. And she said, you guys, you normally always focus on bringing the energy of the earth to your root. And that center, that place between the genitals and the anus. That's where the root chakra starts. And she goes, and that's good. But she says, for right now, for the ascension of Mother Earth, you need to bring that energy up and anchor it into your heart. And she kept saying, you need to bring that root energy and anchor it into your heart. And she says that anchor needs to happen right there, because Mother Earth right now is going through her own ascension process. And in order for her to do that, she needs to be anchored in your heart. There seems to be a divide, she said, and we don't want the divide to happen when the ascension process is finished for Earth. We need that. We need everything to be cohesive together, not separate. And so you need to anchor that earth energy into your heart. This is going to help us, and this is also going to help the earth. She said it might feel uncomfortable. We may feel some discomfort in the back of the heart, the middle of the back. But she said, don't worry, just breathe through it. Continue breathing energy, prana, life, chi, God's energy, whatever you call it. Continue breathing it in into the heart center. And she says this will help if you have any discomfort. But breathe in that root energy, Mother Earth energy, up through your root, through your sacral, through your solar, and anchor it into your heart. So before I channeled these two messages, I received a light language transmission that I was guided to record. And it was to help bring, for those of you who are listening, those of you that are in touch, it was to help bring the light codes, the sacred geometry that travels on sound, to assist you in this anchoring, to assist you in what's happening in the world right now. And so I always ask you to not listen. You need to listen with the ears, but you need to feel with the heart. And the ego will come in and it will say, this makes no sense, it's gibberish, what is she doing? You need to say, yes, I understand ego, I understand mind, you cannot decipher this. This needs to be received with the ears of my heart. And so breathe through that, listen to this light language transmission, and allow yourself to receive the codes, the truth codes that will help you during this time on Earth right now.
Kino ukoti iti te ritu popa iti shinini manahata ni da rahitini shishishishachichichana machoko chichichichachachacha. Tata inimunohota rihihi ikini supatana hakana riko shitineta. Ena satena mohumaha ta nahikini shishoma ahikina hata. Anasi tukuna hatani ripo notone ta. Hikana hishishite namana hitene ta. No hikini hisa ina otona itakana rehich akasa tina hatana hitini hititi. No, atona hachi, umba akasa hitine hisa. No hikina hata akasatine hita. Ishin monoti narihitini si chu kumahata ine mo ahene hita ekine hisisa ituno hitina uch at it ina hitono huti. Homa hasene hetakana homa shata eneta. No ra etino seta mahachacha etino mahasatini ta. No na hatune itana sichona ta hikana itono huti. Hasmana mehena hata hatine no ona hakana hitichichi mahatina hata. Mahano na hana itan utu ata te pa eke no shishe no hipa hata en masa eke na ma o dine ha sapikuna ina use ni hata no reheke chichi hata ni Wama hatama wama na hata ni chichi na tapini tonite yena hichichi ni makona heta na hitite ine na riiki o komata ana hase hete ne na no rehiki ni mata Macha o nahata ate ite ota pakana iti shishisha kane tata. O simene na menuna ne dana ne ne na no ta ete na totona etini. Cha pakana hatate na uma shishisha atana ete Enare ki o cha it cha it ta mahaka ni ada ina no chi ni manana it ina hi na kono ti ta ti to no manane no mona shi na tu no ta ni ta to ta na ri to kuno na ti ta na ha to na te o she na ba ta ite na ha ta ni na no to na ite isa ko na ite ina na hata na ise na te hiti ise na shahati te na Apuna hata rita koto si shenina. Kona ha o mahatine tana hatata. E koshenine na mahosina rahiki hina cha. Una no mona hitina huna ha sehita. Yo. Deep breath in and relax. And just notice how that transmission feels in the body. Ikona ita ishisha hitini ita kutini. Ane matane tita. Norikine ita shishisha okuna tsata iti. Narakina matata ta inesitene to okuma sitene chap 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 chap.
Thank you so, so much for tuning in. Missed you all. Not sure when the next podcast is coming. Perhaps it might come as a bit of a ritual to tap into the guides and see what messages they're bringing me for this time. I really don't know. I take every moment by moment, breath by breath. And so when I'm feeling guided and told to share, then I will reach out and share. Be well, breathe through it. Go ahead and imagine that energy from the earth making its way up to your heart. Bring it in and anchor it. Namaste.